What's up, Start Social family? Camille Telicia here with another installment of Ask Camille, our weekly, well, almost weekly advice column where I come here and answer your questions about business, entrepreneurship, career, life. You ask it, I will answer it right here on Start Social's platform. Today's question comes from one of our anonymous family members, and their question is, how do I start a successful business and break out of the 9-to-5 and ensure that my business remains sustainable once I start? To give some background, they offered that they are an artist and a business person. So without knowing specifically what type of business you have, question asker, I'm going to have to speak generally because every business, based on their industry and your niche and exactly what your offering is going to have some different tips and tricks to ensure their success. But I can give you some overall ones, and starting with starting your business and figuring out what your offering is, and then we'll go from there. So if you don't have a business yet, the first thing you're going to want to do is figure out exactly what you're offering and what kind of product it's going to be. I look at products and I have 3 categories that I give them. There's service-based products, digital products, and physical products. Now, service-based products are product offerings in which you're providing a service in exchange for their money. Next, you have digital products, and digital products are any sort of product in which you need a form of technology in order to utilize that product. Typically, you're looking at a computer, a laptop, a cell phone, a TV, something like that, where you have to have the technology in order to use the product. And then lastly, you have your physical products, which is anything tangible that you can touch and hold, and you can feel it, and you have to create it in some way, manufacture it in some way in order to provide it for the client. So there's the 3 categories of products, and you want to figure out which product category makes most sense for your lifestyle, for your skill set, for your strengths, for your weaknesses, for your interests and your likes. Because you don't want to build a business around a product or a service offering that you don't enjoy, that you're not happy to do, that you're not excited about going to work every day and doing and creating and making and giving to people and selling and talking about. You don't want to do that. So figure out which category makes the most sense for you, and then you start there. So once you've decided what type of product you are going to be offering, the next thing you want to look at is the pricing. And you want to make sure that your pricing is both profitable and competitive. And so what I mean by profitable is that you want to take a look at all of the costs that it takes to create the product, put it together, get it ready so that you can give it to people, whether it's a physical product, a digital product, or a service product. And you want to make sure that you are pricing it so that all of your costs are covered and you're making a profit. And then you also want to make sure that your pricing is competitive by doing some research, checking out the market, and seeing what other people are charging for a similar product, so that people will be willing to pay you for your product because you aren't super, super high or you aren't super, super low and they don't think it has any value. So figuring out your product and then making sure that your pricing is profitable and competitive. Once you've done those 2 foundational things, the next thing you're going to want to do is make sure that you get your branding and your marketing in place. With branding, you want to make sure that you have colors, fonts, imagery that makes sense and is appropriate for your product or your product offering, but also stands out and is unique in such a way that when people see it amongst the sea of other things that are out there in the world, on social media, on a billboard, on the shelf in the store, that they can immediately see it and say, hey, that is Camille's soap. I knew that's her soap. I know that's her color. I know that's her font. I can't even see it from here, but I see the colors in this, and so I know that that's hers. That's what you want to do with branding. Then with marketing, you want to have a strategy for how you are actually getting people to be aware of your product offering, your pricing, all of that is what a solid marketing strategy requires. Is how are people going to be aware of what you're offering, and what you're going to do, the different avenues you're going to take to make sure that that happens. So you've got your product, you've got your pricing, you've got your branding, you've got your marketing strategy. Now, once you have all those in place, you're probably making money, your business is growing a little bit. The next thing, the most important thing I think for a sustainable business is the processes and the operations, because processes are important because that's what allows your business to keep its consistency and its quality. Regardless of what type of product you're offering, if you have a fully documented process of how you provide this particular product, how you create it, how you offer it, you will always be able to maintain consistency as your business grows. It allows for you to bring in people, bring in new people, hire folks, outsource, get an assistant, and you will always be certain that your product is still going to be the same quality, it's still going to be the same way that you want it to be done, and it frees you up as the business owner to focus on other things that are going to be able to grow your business, like more marketing or hiring or sales or trying new products, product development, things like that. So processes, and I don't just mean for product creation, that is important, but also for how you pay your bills, for how you pay your staff, for how you bring on staff. All of those things you want to have documented early on, and these documents can change as you grow, as you do things differently in your business, but having those things documented from early on will set you up for success, because it will put you in a position where you can bring on new people and grow quickly, and everybody is knowing how the business runs already, because it's all written down in your operations and processes. In your processes manual. Okay, so the other part of the question is, how do you break out of the 9-to-5? And the simple answer to that is that you grow your business to a point where the income coming in from your business either matches your 9-to-5, exceeds your 9-to-5, or is at a point where it's enough that you do not need your 9-to-5 and all of your bills will still be paid. You don't want to quit your job before your business is making any money, ideally. Because business, in the beginning, businesses fluctuate, profits fluctuate, sales fluctuate. So if you quit month 2 and you have only gotten a couple $1,000s in revenue, that may or may not be how much you get the next month if you don't have a solid sales strategy and growth strategy in place ahead of time. So I would suggest breaking out of the 9-to-5, make sure you get your business in a point where it is doing consistent revenue monthly for at least 6 months, so that you also have a little bit of a nest egg, hopefully, because you've priced your things profitably and you're making a profit in your business, right? And allow yourself that leeway and that wiggle room, so that if things don't go well in the first couple months after you quit your job, you will still be okay. You can still feed yourself. You'll still have a roof over your head, and all of your necessities and maybe your family, I'm not sure, can be taken care of. All right, guys. So that is all I have for today for our Ask Camille question. If you would have a follow-up question, anonymous family member, please feel free to submit it the same way that you submitted it before at bit.ly/get-start-advice, and I will come back on here and answer your questions further. Additionally, I would like to share that I do have a course for any new or aspiring entrepreneurs called 5 Weeks to Freedom, in which over the course of 5 weeks you will learn all of the different steps, including picking your products and pricing your product and creating sales goals and a branding strategy and a marketing strategy. All of that teaches you all of that, how to do all of that within a 5-week span. And I do have that, and you can go to 5weekstofreedom.com to check that out if you would like to know more and figure out how to start your business and get it going. All right, as always, guys, I am Camille Telicia, and I will see you for our next Ask Camille. Bye-bye.